Donald Trump right now trouncing his Republican competition in South Carolina with less than a week to the first Southern primary. Taking a look at the latest polls, he is leading by more than 20 points at 37%, followed by Senator Ted Cruz at 17% and Senator Marco Rubio 14.3%. Governor John Kasich, Jeb Bush, Dr. Ben Carson rounding out the pack. But as the race heats up, could Trump's colorful, you could say, language hurt him with voters?
I've always done it just as a way of emphasis and had fun doing it. But running in politics, we can't do it. I mean, I get standing ovations. The other night, I got standing ovations from minor stuff.
Van Hipp is a former South Carolina Republican chairman, and he joins us now. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Heather, great to be with you.
All right, so we both know South Carolina has a reputation for down and dirty politics, certainly lived up to that case on Saturday with the debate. First, I want to know, what were you thinking while you were watching that?
Nothing like old South Carolina politics, but I got to tell you, for a while, Heather, I thought I was at a WWE wrestling match for a while, but I got to tell you, interesting on those polls, we haven't seen any polls come out, though, since that debate, so I think the next polls will be very telling.
And on that point, Van, before the debate, you said that you expected Trump to take the lead by 40 points in South Carolina, but do you think that his demeanor, some of the phrases that he's using, the colorful language, as we mentioned, will that hurt him in the Palmetto State?
You know, Donald Trump has been able to say things, Heather, the other candidates can't say and get away with. And today, for example, there's a report that a very prominent Southern Baptist minister has endorsed Donald Trump, and he called him ruthlessly honest. And he's had a number of evangelical leaders in South Carolina endorse him. I think what it underscores, Heather, is this. It underscores the real anger out there, the depth and the degree of anger that so many at the grassroots have towards politicians and the government.
Yeah, 63% or so of South Carolinians classify them as white evangelicals themselves. But I want to talk about some of the back and forth that went on between Trump and Jeb Bush. Listen to this, what Trump had to say here.
Jeb Bush goes on, and he said he's going to rip down his pants and moon everybody on the street. Moon everybody. Nobody writes about it. It's in a couple of papers, but nobody writes about it. That's far worse.
All right, Bush, the family name, it is big. It wins in South Carolina. Is he making a mistake there, and will that impact what happens come Saturday?
Yeah. If I were advising Donald Trump, I would urge him to lay off Bush 43. He kept America safe, and a lot of people wish we had a commander-in-chief like that. Now, going after Justice John Roberts, that resonates with the voters. He gave us Obamacare. But, Heather, I think something else may be going on. Because of the numbers that Donald Trump is getting right now, he may already be confident of getting the nomination, that he's beginning to run a general election campaign and reach out to independents and the old Reagan Democrats. And if that proves to be true, and he wins this thing, let me tell you, this is a guy you do not want to play chess with.
Also important with the South Carolina primary, that will be who comes in third place. Any predictions on that based on the debate?
I thought Marco Rubio and John Kasich had a great debate, but I got to tell you this, there is something happening with John Kasich. There is a Kasich surge taking place right now that I believe has to worry the Bush people. And Kasich's running out of time, though. I'm sure they wish they had done a little bit more to have a ground game to take advantage of it. But what came out in that debate, John Kasich, 18 years on the Armed Services Committee, the man that Donald Rumsfeld called in after 9/11, that's beginning to resonate with the national security conservatives. So I think it's going to be a hot, hot race for that number 3 spot right now. And there's one poll that came out over the weekend that's got Kasich number 2, the American Research Group. So it's going to be a fun next few days in South Carolina.
2 more questions for you. First off, this that's being said about the GOP establishment stacking the audience, do you think that that is happening?
Well, let me tell you, I talked to a lot of people about that. I was at the debate, and the Republican National Committee needs to get out of the debate business and let the state parties run the debates again. And I want to tell you, if you talk to people, even so-called establishment Republicans, they'll tell you that. Let the state Republican parties run the debates again.
Okay, Van, yes or no? You said that Trump would be up by 40 points. He'd win the primary. You still think that?
I said if the election were held last week, I would not be surprised to see him hit 40%. He's still got a big, he's got a double-digit lead, there's no question. But let's see what the latest polls show. But a lot's happening right now on the ground right now. And I think the big story is, can Kasich catch Bush and Rubio? So there's several stories going on right now.
So your answer is yes. Thank you, Van.
Right now, it's a double-digit win for Donald Trump in South Carolina.
All right. Thank you, Van. We'll see what happens.
Thank you.
Bill?